So I decided to stop my May TBR reading a few days early, well, a week early basically. So that means my June TBR started officially on the 26th of May. So we've got time to read a few more books since we've got an extra week. Welcome to my June TBR. Welcome back, or if you are new here, welcome. My name is Katrina and I make bookish content here on this channel every week and then movie reviews here at the weekend. In the description box below you will find all of my social links, including my blog and my Goodreads, where I do post reviews of the books that I read in between videos. So keep an eye out on there. You can keep up with my reading in between times. Speaking of the 26th of May, when I started my June TBR, I have some May releases that I didn't get to in the month of May. The first of these was released on the 26th of May, and excitingly I have an interview with this author coming up here on the channel. All of the details for that will be in the description box below, the link, so you can set your reminders. But basically it's going to be Thursday the 9th of June at 6 p.m. UK time. I will be chatting with Carmel Harrington, author of A Mother's Heart. This is the Irish cover for this one, and we'll be talking all things different covers and different locations and different book launches when she comes and chats to me here on the channel. If you haven't seen my previous interview with Carmel, I will leave that link up above for you, because it was so much fun. We had such a nice chat, and I'm really excited for her to come back to the channel. So if you haven't seen me posting about this one online yet, all of the details you will need will be in the description box below, and do leave me a comment if you would like to ask Carmel a question about writing, about being an author, or about her new book A Mother's Heart. I'm very, very excited. It is 100% the first book I'm going to be reading once I start my June reading. Comes out in the UK on the 26th of May. Very excited. And then couple of other May releases I did not get to. First of all, I have an audio copy of Something Wilder by Christina Lauren. It was one of my most anticipated books of the year. If you haven't seen my 22 books that I want to read in 2022, I will leave that linked up above and in the description box as well for you, because I did talk about that one here. Newest romance from Christina Lauren. I am not sure what the UK versus the US cover of this one looks like. If you've seen both, do let me know in comments. Let me know what you think of the two, because normally they're quite different, but I haven't seen either of them out in the wild yet, so we will wait and see what I did there. Something Wilder. And yeah, Christina Lauren's always quite interesting because it's more straight romance than a lot of the rom-coms that I read. And then speaking of somebody who's sort of diversifying their genre a little bit, we have The Summer Place by Jennifer Weiner, which I totally missed the fact that this was coming out. Otherwise it would have been on the 2022 books that I want to read in 2022, because I love Jennifer Weiner so much. But her last two books have sort of started out in her usual rom-com fashion, and they moved into something a little bit darker. So I have not even read the blurb of this one, but I do have an audio copy of it that I am intending on reading, and I will check back with you in my June wrap-up as to whether this one delves into the darker side of things too. I'm wondering if it's related to Big Summer and, was it last year's one? Those had a little bit of a connection to them, and so I'm thinking, because it's got a very similar cover and because it's got summer in the title, that it is going to be having a link as well. But as I say, I have not even delved into the blurb of this one, so I don't know what it's going to be like. Very exciting. And then we have a couple of June releases. I've already read my most anticipated June release that is coming up, and that is of course The Guilty Couple by C.L. Taylor, which comes out in the UK on the 23rd of June. I talk about this one in my Bout of Books reading vlog, so I will leave that linked up above, and I also mentioned this one in my May TBR, so that will have been linked up above already, and I will also leave it in the end screen for you. But this is her latest thriller, and yeah, set your dates and diaries for the 23rd of June, because that is when this one comes out, very excitingly. it's just as good as you would imagine. It's C.L. Taylor. She can always be relied upon to give us a good thrill and leave us wanting to turn those pages or stay listening to the audiobook in the car before we have to go in somewhere every time. But then a couple of other June releases that also relate to things that I read in May. We have... Oh, almost fell over there. A Wedding at Sandy Cove, Part 2, which comes out in the UK on the 8th of June. I'm so excited to read this one. I got a review copy of A Wedding at Sandy Cove Part 1, which was great, but then meant I am going to have to wait until the 8th of June to read the next part in the series, whereas other people will be buying the first part on the 26th of May, and then only having to wait 2 weeks until the 8th of June to read this one, whereas I'm having to wait a whole month because I read this one during Barter Books. I'm excited to find out what happens next, and the fact that Stitched Up is the title of Part 2, and our main character is a seamstress, so excited to find out what happens next for her. And then Part 3 also comes out in June. This one comes out on the 22nd of June. So Bella Osborne generally releases her multi-part series books every 2 weeks. So we'll have Part 4 in the first week of July, basically, and then her bind-up of all 4 parts comes out straight after that. But I can't resist reading these in parts. And they're great because you can sit down and read the whole thing in one sitting. And so you've always got time for it, and you feel like you've accomplished something by actually reading the whole thing. So those are the June releases that I have, and the May releases that I missed out on in the month of May. Obviously, June is Pride Month, so I'm really hoping to be able to read something with a bit of queerness about it, but you never know. Some of those other books that I've talked about may be on the gay side, and we can count those towards our Pride reading. However, I always have multiple holds on multiple audiobooks at multiple libraries, and so you never know when a Pride Month book will come landing on my Overdrive or Hoopla app. You never know, do you? But of course, there is something that I talked about reading in the month of May that I did not read, that I will be making a reading vlog for. So I need to read these, and these are the 2022 quick reads. So just to remind you what those are, even though I know you did watch my May TBR and see me talking about them there, we have The Kiss by Santa Montefiore, a familiar to me author. This is going to be adult romance with, I think, probably a historical twist. Then we have The Black Mountain by Kate Mosse, and this one will be historical fiction for sure, because it specifically talks about 1706 in the blurb. I have never read any Kate Mosse, and I generally don't read historical fiction, but this goes really nicely with the outfit that I'm wearing right now, so hopefully going to get to this one soon. Then we have The Swimmer by Graham Norton. Again, I haven't read anything by Graham Norton. Obviously, I know who he is. I watched Eurovision and had him in my ears during that. But this says, a man on a beach disappeared. What happened to him? Is this going to be comedy? Is it going to be thriller? I don't know. We'll find out. Then we have Blind Spot by Paula Hawkins. I have, of course, read The Girl on the Train. But then I did also read A Slow Fire Burning, and I think it was Into the Water. And yeah, did not like either of those, so we'll see if I enjoy Paula Hawkins' quick reads offering. Then we have Witness by Alex Wheatle, Tell the Truth or Protect His Family. This sounds like it's going to be crime and thrillery and a bit police procedural, so we'll see how I get on with that one. And then we have The Cutting Season by M.W. Craven. Definitely thriller horror stuff going on here. Have you seen that, Meat Hook? Have you seen it? Sounds really gory. Yeah, this is winner of the 2019 CWA Gold Dagger Award, so looking forward to reading that one. Then we have a little bit of non-fiction. We have My Name is Why by Lemn Sissay, and I'm just really looking forward to reading this one because it's like a quick reads version of his longer book, and this one feels like it's a much longer book than the others, but it actually isn't in terms of page count. I don't know why it just feels thicker. The longest one in terms of page count is probably my most anticipated one, just because I'm a bit of a lover of the cover, and this is Sofia and the Baby Blues. Have you ever been tempted to start again? By Ayisha Malik. And I like the Christmas lights we've got going on here, because they extend onto the back here as well. I really love that. Sofia Khan is going about everything the wrong way. At least that's what her mother thinks. Sofia, twice divorced, homeless, and worst of all, refusing to give up on a foster baby girl. Sofia's just not behaving like a normal woman should. I mean, if that doesn't sell it to you, I don't know what will. So I still have my quick reads on my TBR. They were on my May TBR, so we've just transferred them over to my June TBR. I mean, I may still end up reading them in the month of May, but technically my May reading is now finished and my June reading is now beginning. So please do let me know in comments what you are going to be reading in the month of May. Have you got a Pride TBR all ready to rock and roll, or have you got any June releases coming up that you are very excited about, or are you like me and you've got some May and April releases to catch up on? Perhaps. But at least I'm admitting to it, and at least I've got a bit of control over it. My June reading, my May reading even, did go very well. So yeah, I will leave that wrap up linked in the end screen for you. Do subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on my quick reads reading vlog, because I'm very excited about posting that. And also don't forget to sign up for that live interview with Carmel Harrington. Leave your questions in the comments below, and click on the little link in the description so that you get reminded when I'm about to start my live chat with her, sitting right here, getting all ready to chat about her latest book and how her writing's been since all of these lockdown restrictions started lifting. We were still fairly locked down last time we spoke, and so it'll be interesting to see how her writing habits have changed since then. That is coming up on this channel on the 8th of June, 6 p.m. UK time, so make sure you click on that link to get that reminder. If you enjoyed this video, do give it a thumbs up, and I will see you with my next one. Thanks for watching.